Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. Today we have a list of pressing matters that were addressed recently and or that are about to be discussed by the design board post-Indomitable launch. So this is going to be a nice episode about any upcoming changes that might happen or have happened, but keep in mind everything is still open to discussion. Before we go on our discussion spree here, do slap them like and subscribe button. Yes, and keep in mind you can always help me support this channel by becoming a channel member. To do that, simply click the join button or click the member join link in the description below. Really helps. Remember to participate in the community question of the week. This week's question is new insurance system. How will it be compared to the old ship recovery system? We have 2 Omega combos for 2 lucky randomly picked winners. Please feel free to leave your comments down below regarding any of the subjects that are about to be discussed. Absolutely any feedback is good feedback, as it will help the development and the design team to form opinions and better decide on the proper solution. So let's dash into them, shall we? First one is about auditing. It's determined that removing auditing will hurt the economy more than help it at this point. Basically, the more actions we collect and determine won't be associated with scripting bots over time, the more we can consider reducing the audit system. I'm not entirely sure how exactly the auditing system helps. Probably they have a plan in mind. But either way, the auditing system is still to remain for the near future. Well, unless we manage to get every bot out of the game, which is going to be pretty hard to do. Combating real money trading. We've been optimizing our detection system continually and will be launching a more intelligent version of this in the near future for even more accurate targeting, which is really nice. If you've been following the banning of accounts statuses that have been posted all across media channels, you've been seeing a drop in bans. Why is that? Possibly because the bots have been banned constantly and every week or so. Like it started out with 80,000 accounts and 60,000, 30,000. Recently it was just 18,000. So their numbers are dropping, which is good. Either that or the bots themselves or the people creating the bots are finding new ways of making the bots untraceable. We don't know that for sure, but either way, this is also the as part of the RMT. RMT can also be set up on bots just to spam some local channels. Either way, this is something that the devs are continually working to remove from the game. Bookmarks. This is set to be finished this month. So ever since the bubbles have been launched, people have been really frustrated about not having a bookmark system. Well, guess what? Bookmarks are nearly done and will hit live sooner than you think. D-Scan. It's scheduled this year, but more specific timing will be revealed in our upcoming dev roadmap. The roadmap will be revealed somewhere towards the mid or end of this January. So we will have a big picture of what the development and the design, actually the studio, will be focusing on upcoming developments and releases regarding Eve Echoes. Chat window issues. Currently, they are scheduled to be fixed soon. More content for industrial players. We will add additional content for industrial players this year. And in regards to this subject, developers are actually asking you guys to provide whatever ideas that you have. Maybe some of them will get picked. I don't know, maybe it will be a contest of some sort. But please keep in mind that any feedback might help in providing you guys with content. If you want to ask for something, do ask for something, and the design board will probably take it into consideration depending on its scalability. Chat length limit. Currently the chat limit is 1024 characters. It's like 1 kilo character. See what I did there? If you want it extended, please provide a more exact length. But keep in mind, this is actually another feedback request. If you ask for a bigger chat string, the more letters that you can write inside a message, keep in mind that people are usually going to try to spam that. And if you're going into Gita, you know, there's people trading via contracts and placing the contracts in local chat. If the limit will be increased, I don't know, if the limit will be too big, then people will find a way, I don't know, to fill with dots, fill with spaces, fill with weird characters, and just paste a lot of messages there, because you can actually paste inside the chat window, by the way, meaning that the local chat could become unstable or completely unusable because of the spam, so people will be unable to track individual messages. So keep that in mind, whatever size you are requesting. Incentives for making ISK in Nullsec. We plan to gradually increase the ISK incentive in Nullsec in future updates. This might mean what I think it means, but I will try to clarify it later on, probably within a discussion with the developers. Basically, my initial idea, and based on presented feedback that I got from you guys in terms of PVE updates, you know, the previous community question of the week, we actually had numerous comments about PVE and Nullsec and how the bounties are pretty bad and anomalies are pretty crappy. Well, this might just be the thing, and the bounties in the Nullsec might receive an overhaul, or even, who knows, even maybe more special sites or more interesting PVE content in Nullsec. This remains up for debate. Holiday events. We will continue to optimize these with each new event. Compare it with Crimson Harvest and Yoyal Festival. Now, if you guys remember, we provided feedback, at least here on the channel, for both of these events. So we actually had a decent amount of feedback and comments from you guys that I managed to send to the developers. All of the content creators did pretty much the same, and basically the developers are taking, and the design team, and taking into consideration what went wrong, what went good, what to keep, what to improve. So it's really a nice and interesting balance that they need to maintain in order to keep everyone happy and release better events in terms of rewards, in terms of completion, in terms of whatever you'd like to see. This might help them. Market. No plans on adjusting the refresh rate timer for the time being. Sort by distance has been added. We are currently working on making search requirements not case sensitive. Tactical overlay. This needs more optimization before we feel comfortable releasing it. Late claim system. This has been improved recently. Please share your feedback if you think this is still being messed up. Industrial haulers needing more cargo space. If it's truly needed and is a high priority, we could release a larger hauler later on. So please keep in mind that if you think that you don't have enough holding space, we could provide feedback on a community level and we might get a new ship introduced. Destroyers being underpowered. This is one of the issues that has been pressing ever since the game launched, and a lot of people are complaining. Basically, you don't even see destroyers anymore in space because people don't even use them. They're so crappy. They are worse than frigates in terms of speed, in terms of damage. They should be destroying, they should be owning frigates, yet they do not. And in terms of speed, they should be faster than cruisers. They should be more agile, with signature lower than that of a cruiser. Well, guess what? Cruisers blap destroyers. Frigates blap destroyers. All in all, destroyers are pretty bad. And this is actually the feedback item that are requesting from you guys. What should be improved? I, for one, would ask for more weapons on the destroyer. If I remember correctly, destroyers in EVE Online had 7 gun slots. Now, if a frigate actually approached a destroyer, it would get obliterated in a matter of seconds. That's how dangerous the destroyers were. We are open to modifying destroyers. Please continue to provide specific examples of what you think they're underpowered compared to other ships. We've used some examples, but the more we have, the better for our next balance update. So start giving that feedback. Drop some comments down below and let the developers know exactly how the destroyers suck so they can make them better. Customer support. We're continuing to optimize the responses, though this still needs more time. I'm guessing there's lack of personnel, or there's too many tickets for the number of employees that are working in support to keep the support flow steady. And this is probably why support tickets get into bottlenecks. Too many steps to log in. Announcements page can be checked, so you won't have to deal with it again until new content is added. This is an interesting thing, and this is awesome because we can just log in faster. Cafeteria Outpost. Its power has been significantly increased since test, but please continue to provide feedback on this, as it might still not be enough. Delivery system. We're aware of some of the flaws with this and may have to redesign this or add a new courier system. That's something that I'm very sad, because I was really hopeful on the hauling system in Eve Echoes. It was very interestingly presented and how it behaved. Unfortunately, something took it to the ground and kept it there. Probably the spam, or probably the issues with the containers that kept popping up over time. Either way, the delivery system is currently in a bad position, and it really needs some upgrades. Otherwise, people are just going to stop using it altogether. Game restart after patch update is annoying. We are looking into this, but we will prioritize gameplay over this for now. I really don't mind having to restart the game when the client launches. I'd really have the client restarted to avoid any conflict of data packets that have been updated. It's like in Windows Update. You update your operating system, you need to restart, period. Otherwise you cannot use the features. And in Windows updates, sometimes it can take for hours. Here, basically the game updates in just a few seconds. Just restarting the game, you can log in faster because the announcements, you can just make them hide unless there's new content being displayed, and you can also skip the intro video. So either way, I think this is good. But again, for some people it's annoying. I don't judge them. Yeah, if you're annoyed by something, you're annoyed by something. It's pretty simple. So it'll probably get a fix or a workaround in the near future, but that's not high priority, and I completely understand that. Cannot issue contracts on behalf of a corporation/alliance. We plan on allowing contracts to be issued on behalf of corporation soon. This is going to be nice because maybe the corporation/alliance will have a specific number of contracts available, and it could make contracts to, I don't know, to give ships to people for reimbursement. Icon filter in UI while in space. We have a system for this, but it needs further optimization, so it hasn't been included in the game yet. Overview filtering, too simple. We will consider adding additional filters in the future. Fleet deputies should be able to invite players. While due to security reasons we won't add this, in the future we plan on adding a type of fleet card invitation function to simplify the fleet joining process. So the fleet commander won't be actually needed to invite everyone. So you'd have a fleet ad and everyone else could join in. But you can set up your fleet ad based on standing, so only people that are in your corporation or alliance can join. But just allowing other people to invite people into the fleet that you have not created, yes, that could prove dangerous, because in Nullsec, a spy actually might invite an enemy player using an interdict, and the interdictor could just warp to your location, drop a bubble, and then the enemy fleet will just come and blap you. That would be completely wasteful. So that's pretty much it on the list of pressing issues. Please do remember to leave a comment down below, of course, with the community question of the week answer, and in regards to any of the items that we've talked about here. These will be discussed with the design board and with the development team soon, so we might have some answers to these items, either in a good way or in a bad way. Depends on the priority and about other aspects in terms of what's next to come and what's more important to have a player impact, a positive player impact, of course, to the detriment of other features that don't actually affect or won't have any high value returned. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.